Well, it looks like the cat may be out of the bag for Spider-Man No Way Home, as Alfred Molina has confirmed his involvement as Doc Ock. Let's talk about that right now. Hello everybody and welcome back to Joker's Movie Network. I'm your host Joker, and today we've got quite the spill of information, as coming straight from Variety, Alfred Molina has confirmed that he is in fact playing Doc Ock in Spider-Man No Way Home. But not just any form of Doc Ock, he's going to be reprising his role as the original Doc Ock that we got in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 from 2004. Now, I didn't think this was going to be this big of a deal, but the fact that in this interview with Variety, he just spills everything. A lot of people on Twitter were going on about him ruining the plot of the movie. I don't think that's the case. He didn't give away any plot details other than the fact that he's in it. There is one small thing, so there are potentially going to be spoilers in this video. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Spider-Man No Way Home, I wouldn't watch it. Obviously, you knew Alfred Molina was going to be in Spider-Man. It was rumored a while back, so this does confirm that, and then some. So if you don't want to know the then some, I'd take this chance to leave. But I do find this kind of funny because Alfred Molina in this interview refers to himself as Hollywood's worst kept secret, which is hysterical when you put him in a movie with Tom Holland, who is notoriously known for leaking every single thing possible about all of the MCU movies he's a part of, to the point where anytime he's on a talk show with anyone, he's just not allowed to speak. And there's some great compilations of Tom Holland being asked questions on YouTube, in which case other cast members instantly answer for him, or Tom Holland just says, "Yeah, I'm in the movie." And that's all he can say because he knows if he says too much, he's going to ruin a lot. But it's so interesting to see him just come out and say this like he does not care at all. Right here in the article, it says, "When we were shooting it, we were all under orders not to talk about it because it was supposed to be some great big secret. But you know, it's all over the internet. I actually describe myself as the worst kept secret in Hollywood." So I guess since now it's all done shooting, he just decided, why not? I can tell you guys a little bit about it, considering it's already said and done, shot in the can, ready to come out in December. So I'm just going to give you as much as I can, which is kind of mind-blowing because it's going to start giving us more questions instead of answering the previous questions that we already had. Obviously, we wanted to know, is this going to be a creation of the Spider-Verse in live action? Or are we going to get multiple members of the Spider family in this, like, you know, Andrew Garfield's version or Tobey Maguire's version of Peter Parker? But now we've got Alfred Molina coming back as Doc Ock from the Sam Raimi universe. It's going to get pretty hectic. But what version of Doc Ock are we getting here? Is this going to be the true version from Spider-Man 2? Because if we all remember, at the end of that movie, Doc Ock ended up dying. So how is it possible that he could be alive to be in No Way Home? And it's actually in this article stating that when the actor asked John Watts, the director of No Way Home, how the movie would bring Doc Ock back, since, as he pointed out, I died, Molina said the director told him, in this universe, no one really dies. So I guess that's kind of a take back to a lot of the MCU fake deaths that we've gotten, and then, you know, obviously not so recently with Iron Man, but a lot of these people have deaths, then they come back. You know, Bucky Barnes, we thought he was dead, came back as the Winter Soldier. Even Groot, for one moment, we thought he died and he came back as Baby Groot. This is a constant reoccurring thing in the MCU. Characters die and then are brought back in some way, shape, or form. Maybe that's just what they're trying to do, to be like, yeah, we can bring Alfred Molina back in. That makes total sense. But what's also interesting is that he explains his involvement in the movie as far as how the action goes, because he's talking about it's great to go back and play a character from 17 years ago, but, you know, he has aged a lot since then. As he says, "It was wonderful. It was very interesting going back after 17 years to play the same role, given that in the intervening years, I now have 2 chins, a waddle, crow's feet, and a slightly dodgy lower back." And the cool thing about this is that since he's so old, he got the joy to remember that as the character of Doc Ock, the arms really do most of the work for him, which he again clearly states. Molina realized, though, that the nature of the role would save him because I then remembered that it's the tentacles that do all of the work. He sat up straight in his seat. "My basic physical move as Doc Ock, as the actor, is just this," he said, and then he glared intensely at the zoom camera and made a menacing noise. So, you know, something more like, ugh. I guess that's Doc Ock. I just do that a lot, and then the arms are doing all of the killing and smashing and breaking, and I'm just going with a kind of mean look on my face. It was fantastic. So I guess this is a cool way to involve him again, because now he is 67 years old, you know, and a lot of people, when they get to that point, after doing a lot of action films, their body breaks down a lot, so they can't really do a lot of the stunts and action sequences that they could, you know, 20 plus years ago. Now, in this case, since he's got 4 mechanical arms strapped to his back, they can do everything for him, and he just has to give a menacing look, which Alfred Molina can do perfectly. And now we get to that fun legal part where it says that neither Sony Pictures nor Marvel Studios, which are co-producing Spider-Man No Way Home, has confirmed Molina's return. But news of the casting leaked last year, along with reports that Jamie Foxx will also appear as Electro, the villain he played in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So, we had that talk as well. We had some talk about the casting rumors a few months back, especially the one about Jamie Foxx coming back as his version of Electro, because that set a lot of questions around the internet going about, is this going to be how we get the Sinister Six and the Spider-Verse at the same time by bringing in the characters from past movies that aren't already in the main MCU version of Spider-Man? Because right now with Tom Holland's version of Peter Parker, we have Vulture, Scorpion, and Mysterio. So now if we're going to bring in Doc Ock from the original Spider-Man trilogy, and now Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, we just add one new villain for Spider-Man No Way Home, and boom, we have our Sinister Six. But what does this mean for the return of the other Spider-Men in the universe? There is no word in this article on the involvement of either Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. There have been recent discussions about fallouts in this situation where apparently Tobey Maguire is not going to be a part of this at all. I don't know how true that is, or if Tom Holland is just really good at lying in this situation because he's been told this is probably the biggest secret ever, please do not spill this. Because, having all three of them on screen would be insane. Now, I'm sure we'll get more answers to these questions as we move into July and August as we get closer to the release date of No Way Home, giving us our first trailer, which could potentially give us a sneak peek or a little hint at other Spider-Man coming into this movie. But as of right now, if Alfred Molina is the only confirmed person returning from any other movie, hey, I'm happy because that's going to be great. Seeing Alfred Molina go up against Tom Holland, that's going to be a good fight. And if this even means that we're going to get Jamie Foxx as Electro, hey, I'm down for it. This is going to be a wacky movie anyway because Doctor Strange is also involved, so I'm all for the madness coming out of this. No pun intended. But until I get any more news on Spider-Man No Way Home, which hits theaters December 17th of 2021, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Remember, if you like what you saw, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more movie news videos or if you'd like to see anything else. But until then, and as always, I will see you guys next time.